I hope you're doing well. So this is your reminder that we are infinite potential beings coming to experience a human existence and all of the beautiful things within that type of existence, right? Love, joy, emotion, challenge. What we are not, what we never intended to do, was be humans limiting ourselves by the identities that we take on in this existence. This is a really big thing, right? So we come here, and through our own evolution in life, we stack on all this identity, right? If you think about when you started out as a kid, right? You didn't have any of this identity. You were just running around doing what brought you joy. And there was no limit to what you could do, right? The world was your imagination, and you thought of something and you just went out and did it. And that's an amazing way to live life. But as we move forward, again, we start to stack on all this identity. So I'm Brian from so-and-so town that does this for work, that came from this family, and this is what my family did. I went to this college, right? Just on and on and on. You get it. So we become a amalgamation or a sum average of all this identity that we stack on, and we think that is who we are, when it's not who we are. You know, if you peel back away all those layers that we've stacked on, almost back to the openness of a child, we're all the same in that deeper place, right? We're these infinite souls. And the identity we stack on is simply a human construct. The real challenge of this identity, the barrier that this identity creates, is that it limits us to exactly that in a lot of ways. So think about it, right? When you identify yourself with a certain group or a certain set of characteristics and you say, I define myself as these, in a way you limit yourself to those things, right? And you get feedback from the friends and family, everybody you know in these certain groups, to then reaffirm this identity that you created. A lot of ways that's really dangerous, because you think that your potential is built within this specific identity construct, and it's almost subconscious sometimes, right? It's like, this is who I am, and then your potential is aligned with this group identity that you've created for yourself. It's dangerous in terms of your infinite capacity. We have to remember who we are when we came to this existence, which is literally limitless. In a way, all of this identity that we've created is not real, right? It's not a real thing. And when we start to believe that it's not a real thing, and we start to believe that with our imagination, anything we create in our mind, we could bring into existence, that is where we start to break free of all these human constructs, and where we start to get a lot closer to this infinite being that we actually are, right? It's like, I sit here and I say to myself, you know, I'm not this person that grew up in this place. I am going to be whoever I want to be. Whatever that vision is in my brain that I want to create next for myself, I can be that exact person. So your identity goes from being this specific set of defined parameters about where you're from and who you hang out with and what you do, to my identity can be anything I want it to be. This is enormous, right? And it can change at any time. If I've done something really interesting and I've pursued some path that I wanted to do and I got extracted everything I want out of it, then okay, here comes a new identity. What do I want to do next? So if we knew our creative capacity, if we remembered it and we forgot this stacked on identity construct, we would know that we could do absolutely anything. We would literally be like, what is the craziest sounding thing that I can do? And I'm going to go do it. Right? I want to climb Mount Everest. I want to sail a sailboat across the ocean, whatever it is, right? It's like, there's no downside, because anything in your mind is is pure potential, and you are pure potential. That's a beautiful way to think about it. You are not a limited human being. You are absolute and pure potential. How beautiful is that? So that's the way we want to think about life. We want to really go introspective and think about, like, where are these identity constructs that I've created for myself that are not allowing me to be pure potential? And once we start to move in that direction, I am an infinite creator. I can do whatever I want to. My imagination is my only limitation, which is no limitation at all. And we start to move on that pure potential, then we're living. That is life. That is how we want to be. So let's go do that.